The Glycerin 22 is built to unlock that run forever feeling, optimized for soft landings and powerful toe-offs at every point of every step. How? 2 types of nitrogen-infused cushioning seamlessly tuned into one experience. Softness has never been this powerful. Let's run there. Learn more at brooksrunning.com.
I knew it. Another Hurrdat Media production.
Good morning, Chantel.
Hey, Roxanne.
You went back to sleep, huh, Mamacita?
Well, I told Roxanne, like, are we going to record in the morning? And she, like, didn't really confirm. So I texted her at, like, 7:40. I was like, is 8 good? And then, like, 8 didn't, like, she still, like, it was, like, 7:55. And you still didn't answer her. So I was like, let me go back to sleep.
Well, because I was getting my little minions to school and getting them ready. So that was why. And I've been up since, you guys, I don't think I told you this, but I've been up since 5 a.m. I joined a what is it called? A fit club camp or something where you work out and, you try to get in shape because Roxanne doesn't have much muscle to her. So I'm trying to get some muscle, not be like bulky or anything, but I literally have no muscle. Chantal, how weak am I in my arms?
And she really is.
It's like noodle arms, you guys. Like I legitimately have noodle arms. So I've been waking up and going in the morning and working out. And
which I give you props for that because I would never in a million years go at that early. Like 5 a.m. is crazy.
The thing is, it's so important to, like, if it was just me by myself, I wouldn't do it, right? But I have an accountability person. One of the moms at my school, she wanted to also do something like this, but she also works. And so she can only go at that time. So it's either like I don't go at all because I need someone to go with. I'm that type of person that I can't go by myself. Or like, I just like kind of work around what she can do. And honestly, you get it out of the day. But yeah, no, it's totally miserable. Like I told myself I'm going to come back home and then go back to sleep before I start work. And then you texted me and I was like, oh, damn it. Okay. So I guess like we're going to do this. So I guess I'm not going to go to sleep. So that's where I was at. Chantel, this weekend came to Charlie's birthday. How was that, Chantel?
Yeah, definitely did not want to be there, you guys.
But you stuck it out. I told you guys it was at a pizzeria where each kid got to like make their own dough, make their own pizza, decorate their own cake. And I'm going to be sad when you start having kids because like, you're never going to do that stuff with me again. Like, this is so selfish of me. But when Chantel like has kids, like I'm like, hey, like come and help me beforehand. She's not going to come and she can't, she'll come as a guest, but not like where she can come. And actually you'll still end up helping me.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that.
I know. And you guys, Chantel is very nice. Roxanne has the winter blues. I don't know why I just spoke in third person, but I do. And so my kids are going on, or they have winter break in 2 weeks. And I just told Chantel, I need a vacation. And I need to get out of here. So I'm going to go to Mexico. And I asked if she can watch my 2 youngest because that's not a vacation. What I've learned, even though I love taking my kids on trips, me running around like chasing Jack and then a baby L, like it's not going to be a vacation for me. And I just want to kind of relax a little bit. So Jacob and I are taking the 2 oldest because they're so easy. They're now Charlie's 6 and Sloan's 4. I mean, she's almost about to be 5 like next month. So, I mean, they're easy. So Chantel's going to be watching my kids for me 2 days. So
oh gosh, I'm so nervous for that.
Are you going to sleep at my house?
Yeah, no, I think that's easier.
Yeah, or I was going to bring them to your house, but I feel like Val will be traumatized if you do that.
Yeah, and I just feel like I would want it as the easiest possible for them. Like let's keep them in the routine. Like let's go to sleep. Okay, when you want to go to sleep. And like if they were at my house, they'd probably be so shook.
You're going to die if like Jack wakes up and then in the morning or before you and he comes out of his crib and he's like, Chantel. It's going to be so funny. So Shout out to you. But I did want to say, you guys, I'm kind of like shook about this whole Southern Charm thing. So I'm sorry if you guys aren't into Southern Charm. I feel like if you're not, you're still going to be into this drama that I'm about to drop. So Chantal, Paige went on Giggly Squad, and she is talking about the breakup again because she's,
Oh.
yeah.
It's
So I got,
because, like, you think she's, like, getting so much heat right now? Or, like, he's now starting to say things because he saw that she, like, was out with, like, another guy?
yeah, so she's pissed because she talks about the whole timeline of it all. And apparently she asked him to go on record and say that she didn't cheat on him. And he's like, I'm not going on record and saying anything. I don't want to talk about the breakup. And so to her, she's like, ew, like that's a slap in the face. I mean, obviously, I mean, I didn't cheat on you. So she says, I've never emotionally, nothing. I've never in my life in the 3 years that I was with Craig cheated on him, almost 4, cheated on him with any man, spoke to any man, was out of line, none of that. She reveals that they actually broke up on Thanksgiving and that his biggest thing was he didn't want to tell anyone. He's such like a, kind of like a girl. I'm sorry.
Because
But
he probably was like, because, like, no, like, I get that, though. That's so embarrassing for him. Like, so many people probably told him, like, listen, this is a walking red flag for you. It's a red flag. It's a red flag. It's a red flag. And then, like, now it's like, boom, they break up. And she's probably the one that to do it. So it's like, what the hell?
here's the thing about Craig that we're all forgetting is that Craig, too, is a very opinionated person. Craig, too, would be telling Shep and Austin the same shit where like,
Oh,
this
he'd
is
be
a
going
red flag.
crazy.
Yeah, he would be going crazy. So, I mean, I feel like a lot of people are giving Craig grace, which I get. Okay, that's fine. He's been dying to get married, been dying to have kids. You don't end up dating the girl that is scared of all of that or doesn't want all that. And she's making it very damn clear that she doesn't want that. She doesn't know when she's going to want that, or maybe she'll want that later on. So she's made it very clear. She's being honest with him, and he's like, I'll wait for you. And everyone's like, no, don't be that person, because the person who ends up waiting, it just never works out. If someone is ready, if you're truly the one, I do believe they're going to end up wanting to marry you. I do believe that he just wasn't the one, and those were her priorities at the time. So she says, like, we broke up on Thanksgiving. He says he doesn't want to tell anybody. And she's like, cool. Like, you don't want to tell anyone. We won't tell anyone. We won't make a statement. And then I guess like on New Year's, he went out or on a trip, and you could kind of tell that he was single. She said he was acting single. There was like a picture of him like really close to a girl. So she tells him like, I'm going to make a statement on Giggly Squad that we broke up. And he doesn't respond to her. So he's like mad about it. But if you look at this picture he posted by New Year's, he's very like close to this one woman who's very pretty. And so, I mean, yeah, like, why is she going to sit here and keep this quiet now? And then we find out that after Christmas,
And
Austin,
especially you guys, like, so many people kept speculating. Like, everyone was on their asses about this too.
yeah. And then after Austin went and he said that he knew, he also went on a podcast and he said he knew that Craig and Paige had broken up like after Christmas. He's like, because they were supposed to go, I forgot, they were supposed to go to a country. I don't know what it was. I forgot now. I'm drawing a blank. And he like, that's what Craig had told him. And it's crazy because Craig had told him this like after they broke up, which is kind of like cringe. And so maybe Craig thought they were going to get back together. So, I guess like Austin noticed that he didn't go on that trip. And then he noticed that Paige was in New York on Christmas and Craig was at home on Christmas. So he texts him and he's like, so like, what about that trip? And I guess a lot of people were like, okay, look how shady Austin is as a friend. He knows something's wrong. So he's trying to text him to set him up. But like low key, I would do the same thing.
Like, to set him up or just to try to get the answer?
Yeah, like to set him up.
I don't think it's like setting him up.
Like, I would do the same thing. I'd be like, hey, I thought you were going this trip with your boy or your girlfriend.
Yeah, clearly he's not telling him. So it's like, how are we gonna break this ice right now about this?
Yeah. So, and so I think that's when he ended up telling him, and I'm not even sure he was like, or he just like said like, we're not going. Oh, no. Yeah. He didn't even tell him. Oh my God. He just said, we're not going, change of plans. So freaking Craig ended up finding out, or I'm sorry, Austin ended up finding out when everyone else found out. I think that's embarrassing though. Like, I'm sorry that you decided to act like an asshole. The way Craig has treated his friends has been out of line. And that's an unpopular opinion, I'm sure, but I'm sorry. That is not okay. I cannot stand. I get where we all evolve and we all change, but Austin and Shep have made it clear. I'm not saying they're like these ideal friends. They make it clear throughout the show that, hey, I'm not just trying to hang out with you to get drunk. Like you're saying that you're all about business and this is your life now and you don't want to go to the bar. We don't have to go to the bar. We can go out to eat. And Craig is just making it like he's way better. And I'm sure, Chantel, that Paige looked at it as a turnoff. I would be like, dude, you have all this drama with your men and your guy friends, which is first off very weird and ick that you have drama with them like this. Because like I feel like a manly man is not, and I feel like that's what Paige needs, is not gonna have drama with their boys. Like their boys are their boys. Like, like Chanel, like, do you know what I'm talking about? Like those guys who are like, that's my boys, like we don't beef,
Yeah, but they like they 100% do it because of the show, dude.
Well, for sure they do it because of the show, but the way that Craig had acted, I mean, we've all had those friends or even probably could have been in that situation where you're with someone and you think you need to act a certain way and you're like, I'm kind of better than you. I don't need to hang out with you anymore because he like put all his baskets in Paige.
Yep, he
And
did.
it was like,
That was his downfall right there.
yeah.
It's like he was like, this is my future. Like he had his business, he had his house, he had Paige. He's like, this is my future, and that's all I care about.
And I'm glad that he thought it was his future, but it's like you missed the fact that Paige thought it was her future. So, she does say that she ended up speaking out because there is like speculation on the cheating stuff and that he didn't want to say something. So she says, she's like, I am acting like I'm single because I am single. And she says that she's still single. She doesn't confirm like that relationship with the guy, Joe. But
I know, but okay, but like you could be single, but like who after 3 weeks after breaking up, like if you guys broke up on Thanksgiving, that gives you a month after you announced it. And then like a week later, you're like going out with somebody. Like you just had like a 3.5 year relationship where you were stringing along a guy saying that you're going to marry him one day, probably.
But
and you could do what you want. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with her, what she's doing, but it's like the fact that you're going to go out with like a very rich guy and like go to these places and like that's just so hurtful. That's hurtful for Craig.
Yeah. I mean, if roles were reversed, I'm sure, but I wish you saw the picture of him really tight next to this girl on New Year's. Cause I feel like once I saw that photo, there was 4 people in it though, including
like he
him.
was broken up. Like he's the one that got broken up with. So like not saying that makes him be able to go do whatever he wants and she can't do anything, but it just goes to show that there was like no love there. It was like you really truly did not ever love me, and the fact that you like she loved him, but the fact that you right away can go and move on so fast, like I was never going to be in your future. Like that's just like that's so much trauma that he's gonna have to work through.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Craig gave Paige the ick. I really do. And the reason being is like she had reposted something where it was like, a guy shouldn't like rely and have to ask you for everything. They just need to do it. And then when you watch Southern Charm now, which it makes Southern Charm so much more interesting, he's always asking Paige, like, should we do this? Do we do that? Should we do this? And you could tell like she gets
so annoyed.
Yeah. And she looks at him as a boy. Or I remember last season of Summer House, he was annoyed with her and he's like, can we shower together? And he is very annoying. And she's like, so like, she's funny because she's like us where she's like, ew, like, no, I don't want to shower with you right now, And he just like needs that. And she's like that type who's like hard, she's an Italian, like just like us, like we're like how we are, where we're like, no, like I'm not about to shower with your ass and coddle you, dude,
Literally.
like. And maybe that's just like how we were raised, but I don't know. We're not soft, and we do need to be a little bit more soft, but I definitely get that with Paige. And I just think Paige needs a manly man and not Craig, but she should have never let it get to this point. But I do feel like there were hints and everyone saw it but him. And he was always trying to prove he has this like amazing relationship. And then willing to go back to Paige and be like, look at all this drama. They're just like, mad and they're jealous of my success and yada, yada, yada. And I don't think that's attractive when a man is like, they're jealous of my success, like, and kind of feeds into that drama. Like that's so ick to me.
Yeah, and like it's like also it's like we've said this before. It's like where are you going now with this? Like, are you going back to your friends? Who are you talking to about this? Like, what do you have to show? Like, are you depressed in your house? Like you're gonna end up having to go back to your friends and talk to them, and it's like
I think that's why it's so hard for him because he completely changed who he was he was like a piece. I mean, honestly, Chantel, he was like a big piece of shit to Austin, which is crazy because Austin is very red flag. But like he has been a big piece of shit when he was like, I want to buy him out of the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm going to offer him $30,000. Like, sit back. You're so annoying, dude. And you
Yeah,
could
like,
tell like Paige was like, you guys should be doing it in person. You guys should be doing this in person.
but
And
not everyone's the same like you guys. So
yeah.
no, you don't have to do in
And,
person
and
if you
so
don't
then
want
I'm
to.
sure like Craig is like, okay, do they live in the same complex or no? They don't. He's a
No.
house. Never mind. Yeah. So where she was like, you guys like live by the same, like you guys should do it in person. I feel like Chantel, if you and I did it in person, it would feel more of like a job and very like annoying. But I just think also because we have such a fast, busy life, it would be hard. So I don't think them.
Well, we do so many episodes, but like if we just did one, I'm sure we'd be fine. But like if they did one, like they could get over and do it. But you know what, Craig? I mean, what Austin was doing would piss you off, especially like imagine if like he's hungover every morning when they're on it, like that would bother me. And like,
Yes, that would make me so mad. It would
like
make
Craig has every right to be mad, but then it's just like the way he went about it. It's like he almost made it seem like he's better than him, and like that's never cool when you have a friend.
Yeah, and then also you can't tell Craig shit because in one of the episodes he brings Shep along to be the
He's not okay.
yeah, he brings Shep along, and then Shep was like, "Well, listen, like I think that sometimes people can view it this way." And then Craig looks at him and he's like, "And you guys don't need to be my friend." Like, and I'm like, "Ew, can you just calm down?"
Yeah, he has very like he's high alert.
And it's like, just like that would just give me an ick if I'm watching that and that's my boyfriend. And I'd be like, can you just like calm down and be a man? Like, yes, you got this successful business. Great for you. It doesn't mean you could look down on people and they can't say shit to you. A true businessman is someone who can take feedback, who can take constructive criticism, who wants to be better, or who can just like hear someone out and have a rational response. Like, Jesus.
But you know what? They all kind of do that with each other because like I remember in one episode, you know, they're knocking down that Craig doesn't even do anything. It's like his business partner. And it's like they all really are like all jealous of each other or something because it's weird that they make comments like that.
Well, they throw shade, but I could also see them throwing shade at Craig because Craig's annoying. I could literally
because it's like he's acting like he's so busy. And it's like, okay, you're not even doing anything.
Exactly. Like, calm down. We all have something. Just relax. Like, we get it. You have the successful pillow business and good for you. But I don't know. So I just thought this whole Paige thing and speaking out on it was interesting. And then Patricia said that Paige is mean to Austin on Watch What Happens Live. And Paige had posted something like, I don't know what she said, like mothers teach your kids. Did you see it, Chantel?
No, but like what I have been seeing though, like I can tell she is annoyed of Austin because she's like, that's weird for someone to speak. Like she says something about like, that's weird for someone to speak about me or something like that when I haven't spoken to you in like 3 months or something, like something very crazy like that.
I mean, I don't think it's that big of a deal that Austin said that. Like, I don't know. So Patricia had said, I thought that Paige was mean to Craig. I didn't. If you think back, Naomi was mean to Craig, and I think he deserves someone who would really love and cherish him. Because remember, he said to Paige, I want to get married and have kids. And she said, blah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And so she ended up saying, I'm trying to find her response.
And you guys, mark my words, Paige is going to date someone for a year and she's going to get married.
I know. I think so too. I think, and it's going to be someone who's totally different than who Craig was. I mean, the relationship was, I don't know. The relationship was never meant to be like, I could never see Paige with a guy like that.
But I think she needed it though, because Paige, even in her like breakup episode, she ended up talking about how she was abused one time. And she clearly had very like traumatizing relationships. So I think, and like remember that one other guy that we saw that was like so like you could tell he was like so crazy and like ew when they were like in quarantine in Summer House. And
yeah,
like,
but I mean also like I feel like if roles were reversed with Paige, like if a guy was on Summer House and but he never wanted to be a part of Summer House, like he never wanted to join it and all that stuff. I did feel like when she spoke about him, she was even more serious than she was about Craig.
I know. And I just feel like she's had such bad relationships that like Craig for her was like a fresh of breath air. And he really like she really like loved having that. And like maybe that relationship helped her, she even says that like it showed her like how she should be treated.
So she had responded to Patricia, I got it. Teach your daughters that having a voice is way more important than being nice.
Oh.
I mean, Patricia's like 90. Like she's
I
in
know,
her
but like don't go after Patricia.
I know. Yeah. I mean, but Craig does go for girls who are very, intense, which there's nothing wrong with that. Not intense, I don't know the word, and there's nothing wrong with it, but it is weird that someone who wants to get married and have kids doesn't go for someone who's just kind of like a little bit more laid back.
Yeah, or someone that he like just feels the same way. Like they're showing that same energy. Like find someone that matches your energy.
What if him and Naomi get back together?
Oh my gosh.
I know. Wouldn't that be crazy?
I can't see that happening.
Yeah, I do feel like if Paige was gonna end up going out or talking to Joe DeMille, whatever his name is, that they should have announced the breakup after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, exactly. Because like you give it so much more time, but like when you announce it like after New Year's and then you like 2 weeks later you're like out with a guy, like it just looks bad.
Yeah, and she did that for him, but it's like look what he cares about though. And I get it, but you're like pushing 40. You can just own up to the fact that hey, sorry if I was a piece of shit while I was dating this person, but can we be friends? Because there's no way he's gonna act like that towards Austin and Shep now, where he was literally trying to dismiss them. He was also annoying too this season where he lied about JT calling Patricia the B word.
That was the ill. That was
Yeah,
the
and
ick
that's
right
like an
there.
ick too. Like that to me, I'd be like to my husband, "Are you good?
Oh,
Like, are
if
you
like
good?"
my husband had the reputation of like twisting words,
Lying?
yeah,
Yeah.
twisting words and lying, I would not be okay, you guys. I would
And
not be
Paige is
okay.
exactly, and Paige is someone who totally gets ick out of that. She totally does. So
Well, like, what do you think about this whole JT situation? Because like with everything that's been happening,
okay, it's
we
so
know JT is a lot for sure, but
I
go
feel
ahead.
bad for
You
him.
do? Last season you didn't.
No, last season I didn't. But this season I feel bad. And I know we'll get probably super unpopular opinion, but I just feel bad whenever there's like everyone against one person. And I'm always like, man, they probably feel low no matter what they do. Everyone's like, you're
And
weird, dude.
I really don't feel like the punishment fits the crime. Like he's not being that crazy.
Yeah.
He's a little weird, and like I feel like sometimes like he states his opinion too much, where it's like, okay, now everything needs to be about like, oh, what's the right thing to do, and all these things. Like
The thing with
wrong
Taylor,
crowd, buddy, because they don't give a shit about that. But
yeah. The
you
thing
know,
with Taylor was, he should have not done that, I feel, because Taylor's the one person who was in his corner. So when he brought up the whole like with her boyfriend and
yeah.
like that was something where it's like, okay, I mean, she had your back, so can we not? But I do feel really bad for him. And to know that he quit, I mean, they're making a mockery of him. They kind of laugh at him when he turns around. I don't know. I feel bad. I'm not saying he's not
Well,
annoying.
you know
He is.
what? I'll tell you this for sure. There's been multiple conversations behind cameras where they're saying, let's ice him out. That's why what's her name got so mad that Craig was talking to him
Madison.
again. What's her name again?
Madison.
Yeah, Madison. That Madison was talking to him again, and like that's why her and like Austin had to call each other and be like, oh my god, like there's been multiple conversations of them saying we're not gonna talk to him. We don't like him. Let's get him out.
You guys, I kind of want Thomas back. I'm sorry. I know you guys are gonna
That
look
was
at me.
like old stuff that I didn't really watch that much,
Oh my
but I
God.
know what you're talking about.
That was like prime Southern Charm. It was so fucking good. So, so good. And I would love to see, and I know I'm sorry, but I would love to see him back. I know he's toxic, but you know what? It works for shows like this. So it is
You
what
like
it
the
is.
New Girls?
No, I don't.
Yeah, me either.
No, I don't.
I'm
No.
sorry, one of them is just like a hoe. And like
The one who was like, yeah, and then the one who
the one that has dated both Shep and Taylor's ex.
yeah, she's like, so I like, what did she say? So I sucked his D, and I was like, oh my God, my virgin ears. Who, because we're like, yeah, that's so scary. That's not in
I'm
our.
kidding, guys. She's not a hoe, but like she just is like too much. It's
Yeah,
like,
she's not a hoe because like some of you guys are gonna be like, ma'am, that's okay if someone does that.
Yeah,
And
yeah, I'm joking. Like, I really don't. I'm genuinely think that,
it's
but
totally
it's just being
okay, but, like,
funny.
in our world,
Yeah.
our little Judge Judy about that, where we'd be like, "What? Girl, you put someone's D that you don't even know in your mouth? Like, do you know their family? Do you know who their parents are? Like, where was that D
And
before you?"
she's just like, it's just almost like she's been around that I can't take her serious in the sense of like this guy that she's dating now. It's like, okay, do you like him? Do you not like him? It's
Oh
just
my god,
confusing.
yeah, she's totally bored and settling for this guy that she never was into because maybe for the show, I don't know. What do you think about the other girl? I forgot her name, the one that
She
kind of
looks
had a thing with
14.
Whitney.
Yeah. I actually like her a little bit. She's a little awkward, but I just don't think they're gonna last.
She's a little weird.
Yeah, she's a little awkward for
What's up
sure.
with these like young girls going for Whitney? Like, I get he has money, but there's nothing appealing about him, even if he has money.
Oh my gosh. I don't see his charm at all. So
Yeah,
like
like
I can understand if he had this little like swag. No, no, thank you.
I remember that when I had Chantel watch Southern Charm for the first time, she texted me and she was like, I don't know why I remember this, but you were like, dude, why is Whitney on the show? Like, is he ever gonna get off this show? I'm like, well, he's the producer and it's like based off of him and Patricia. And she's like, wait, what? Why is
Because
he?
I still, even him now on the show, I don't get it. I really don't get it.
Yeah, I don't
I
either.
get Patricia, like I get I love watching her. Like we really do love that stuff. I love how she's like so like fabulous, but I don't get the Whitney.
Do you know how old Patricia is?
Like 85.
You think she's 85? That's crazy because she's 83 years old, and I think that she literally looks so young.
I think I thought that because she like has said something like that, but I don't think she looks in her 80s at all.
Yeah, I mean, she looks better than a 30-year-old.
Oh yeah, no, I think because like this season, like she was showing Whitney all the, oh my god, remember when she was showing Whitney all the things that she does in the house? You guys, how can some one house have that many workers doing stuff for it?
I know, it's so crazy. It's
Like,
crazy that
you know,
she had one son and he's not that you need to be married and have kids, but I mean, yeah, we are a little bit more traditional, so I do think of that quite a bit, but
it's
it's
just
just like,
sad. It's almost like
yeah,
sad,
her
you
one
know,
kid,
because
like, yeah.
yeah, it's like you're like, you know, you do all these things for your life to like, you know, build like maybe generational stuff and all those things, and then it's like boom, it's cut.
What do we think about Shep's girlfriend?
Oh my gosh.
Wait, what's wrong with Shep? Like, he
What is
told
wrong with Shep? Like, why is he so in love? Why
I
does
don't
he
get
think that
it.
she's in love with him? Like, no, dude, she's not in love with you.
She's so not into you. But Shep literally just told Taylor he doesn't want to get married. He doesn't want to have kids. He meets this 26-year-old girl and he's like, I want to get married and I want to have kids. And it's not like Taylor and this girl had much of an age difference. They're a couple years apart. But he literally is like, I want to have kids with her. I want to get married to her. And I'm just like so confused by all of it, where I'm like,
And,
where is this coming from? It doesn't,
and
it feels
Patricia,
forced.
yeah, Patricia dropped a bomb actually last episode and said that like, you know, she was on Raya, the dating app, and she like slid into Winnie's DMs first. So clearly there is a motive here.
And that's so scary to me because first off, Whitney's 56 years old. What is a 26-year-old doing? I don't know. Clearly, we live in Michigan. We're in our little bubble. Like,
Yeah.
what? I'm sorry, you guys. Like, don't come at me about any of this stuff because this is just like what I know. We are sheltered people. This is like what we know. So when we see these things, we're like, we don't understand. And it's like, we know that money is great, but is it that great that you're about to be with a man who's like try to date a guy who's 56 years old who will still cheat on you? And you're like, ew, like the fact that you're cheating on my pretty ass self, like what? I don't know, you guys. It's very scary though.
Yeah, but no, I don't understand the relationship. I don't understand why he's so obsessed. Like, I'm so confused. And like, so is everyone else. Like, all of his friends are like, hey.
Yeah.
And he's such a like, you know, like they really are like coddled boys because he's like, to Craig, I really like talking to you about this stuff because like you have a little bit more emotional intelligence. And when I talk to Austin, he's like, doesn't really care. It's like, are you okay?
I can't with them. I really, really can't. Chantal, it's kind of crazy that Craig is 3 years older than us.
Why? Because he acts like what?
I don't know. I was just thinking he's like 45 years old.
Yeah, the one thing that, you know, he can always like thank Paige for was a glow up because I mean, he was always cute, obviously, but he's like hot now.
He is, you know what it was, you guys? Oh my God, I'm sorry. You know what it was? Is he's very, oh my God, I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
no,
I
no,
know
we're
I'm
gonna cut
saying,
that.
I'm trying to find my phone and I can't find it. Oh my, no. But he's very immature, but I'm saying he looks so much older. When me and Chantel saw them at BravoCon, you guys, they are just good looking because I never realized like if you are super tall, you're automatically like hot as hell.
Yeah, and they're tall. They're tall.
Yeah, it's not even normal tall. Like it's literally like you're beast. Like you guys, the way even Shep, like I don't think Shep is attractive at all. But when I saw him in person at BravoCon, I was like, oh wow.
Uh-huh.
Which is so scary because he's not cute. But I swear it was like the height thing.
And even now, like when I think there's a couple of the girls were like, yeah, he's hot now. I'm like, what? Are you like, it really does suck because Charleston clearly doesn't have that many guys, but for them to be like, oh, he's hot, I'm like, what the heck is happening?
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I did end up texting my girlfriend and I was like, my two friends from work. So I have like this best friend, one is Venezuelan and one's American. And we're just like all so random and grew up differently. We've been really best friends for the last 10 years. I met them at work. And I told them, I was like, do you guys want to go to Charleston? And they said that they would be down. But then I feel like Charleston doesn't have good resorts. Like they don't have good hotels. Am I on crack?
You just told me that they had nice hotels, the other podcasts.
No, so I looked it up and that I saw like one that I thought was nice and it was in Myrtle Beach. And like Myrtle Beach is kind of gross.
Yeah, no. Roxanne, Charleston is a city, okay? So yeah, there is water, but it's not like the water that you're thinking of.
It's not like pretty water. It's like scary water that I wouldn't put my feet in.
Correct. And especially when are you planning to go? If you're planning to go in the summertime, then yeah, like people will be at the beach and stuff. But yeah, so like you're not going to be able to go in the water because it's still so
But I
cold.
wanted to be in a resort that had a beach there.
What resort though? Like it's a city.
No, but I just wanted like a nice. Okay, so like I'm talking about like I would like
saying you want a hotel on the beachfront.
Yeah, like a Marriott hotel on a beachfront.
Okay, I think they have a few of those, but
discounts. So like that's why I'm like I'm trying to find what would be discounted. Yeah, I wouldn't
on a budget right here.
Travel as much if it wasn't for Chantel. Let me tell you. What'd you say?
Said bougie on a budget right here.
I know, literally, but I don't know. I just thought, you know how like the Ritz-Carlton has a nice resort with like a pool and then like a beach in the back, you know?
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can see if that's there.
I don't think it is though. I think it's like literally like Holiday Inns.
Yeah, because it's like more of a city, but I don't know.
And I hate city stuff. So tell me,
it's like so funny how you're dying to go.
Yeah, is Charleston worth it?
Let us know if you're from there.
Yeah, because I'm like, see, they have like those like weird things, Chantel, like the Vendu Charleston's art. Like, ew, no, I'm so good.
See, you guys, this is why I don't know if I was on our Patreon or last podcast. She's like, you don't want to travel with me because she like puts up her nose at art and like that's like culture.
Yeah, and it's like in a history building.
Yeah,
no, that's not the hotel I want to stay in. They have Indigo Inn. It's like a 3-star hotel, and it's like no, like I am bougie about that. That's a hell no. That's not a trip for me. What the hell's Indigo Inn? And see, like they have True by
Hotel Indigos are very nice.
Is it? It says 3 stars, Chantal.
Yeah, because that like you're saying it got 3 stars.
Yeah, like it's showing.
No, like the definitely rating of it is not 3 stars, but like
that's what it's showing me.
I'm saying like out of like, you know, like you could say out of 5.
Wait, no, see, it said a 3-star, but when I clicked it, it said like 4.6 rating.
Yeah, exactly. But like, no, like
out of 135 a night, and it's like, no, I don't want that though.
Oh my God. Okay, you're not going.
I don't want to feel like I'm like in a hotel when we go up north, Chantal. That's what I'm saying.
Up north, none of our this is the Charleston vibes. Like I'm looking at some like you're crazy.
Yeah, I would want to go to like a JW, a St. Regis on a budget though. A Chantel's discount. That's not no other way, you guys. But I'm just saying, Jacob's looking at me and he's nodding his head up.
Well, this is not the trip then.
Yeah. I just thought like that. So when I say resort feel though, I am saying like resort with like a pool and a beach. I don't like these type of hotels. I just don't because it feels very much.
Because it's a city. It's a city. You're not gonna get that. You're gonna have to find an Airbnb and then you're gonna have to pay a lot. So
Jacob,
have
I'm
fun.
talking about because me, Karina, and Erica are planning a girls' trip because my husband, yes, I am on a podcast. He's not, he just asked me, he's like, are you on a podcast? Because my husband has a bachelor party for his cousin. It's like his Chantel, right? And it's him and his brothers, and they always go to Mexico for everyone. So now they owe this one who's getting married the Mexico trip. And of course, Jacob, you would think, okay, you're gonna go 4 days, but no, Jacob's going 6 days. And I'm like,
That's crazy. 6 days is a
yeah.
long time for any Mexico trip.
He's giving me the eye because he doesn't like when I talk about him. But yeah, 6 days is like, no, that's not okay. It's not. So I said that's when I hit up Karina and Erica, and I was like, they don't know the backstory, but I was like, we're doing a girls' trip, because I haven't went on a girls' trip in 7 years. So 4 kids later, I'm ready.
Go ahead, but I don't know if this is the right one.
So tell me, guys, what's like a good girls' trip place that's not Nashville or New Orleans? Because I've been to both, and
she wants water that she can clearly swim at, but okay.
By the way, you know how there's those girls who don't get their hair wet because they wear makeup by the pool and they're like really pretty and stuff. I think that's amazing. And I look up to those women. I wish I was them, but no, I am that person who jumps in a pool and I get my hair wet. So I like to swim. I actually like pretending I'm a mermaid at 32 years old. And I do. And I like
I'm that girl that does get the blow dry and probably doesn't go swimming until the last day.
I feel that's so opposite. That's so not you. You're just like me. What are you talking about?
Like it depends on the trip though. But if like I'm going on a girls trip and like we're going out every night, like no, my hair needs to be straight and blow dried, so I won't swim. I'll get in the water. I just won't dunk my head.
I guess because I haven't been on like a girls trip in like so long.
Yeah.
But I definitely I definitely go in the water and I want to
even like with my husband, like when we just went to Puerto Rico, I didn't get my hair in the water until like the last like day and a half.
Wow, that's so crazy. That's absolutely not me. Like
because I look like you guys, I have such curly hair. I look crazy. Like it's so bad that like I can't.
I feel like your hair has been a little bit maintained. So
no, because I get a blow dry.
Yeah, that's true. That's so interesting. So yeah, when I go so I'm leaving in 2 weeks, you guys. Chantal, what are we gonna do? We have to figure it out. So I'm leaving in 2 weeks and
look how the tables have turned.
Wow, once a year. And I'll definitely get my hair wet the whole time. But like I'm literally in Mexico where I'm laying out and I'm in a pool and there's like nothing else to do. But that's the type of trip I love. And I'm gonna be on the strip. So it's nice because we could go to restaurants. And it's nice because I'm gonna be having like quality time with my two oldest, and Sloan, especially my second child, needs it. So Chantal had to take Sloan home at Charlie's birthday, by the way.
Yeah, because she couldn't handle it. But then like when she was home, she was fine.
She said her ear was hurting. She does have an ear infection though.
Oh, okay.
Well, one of my girlfriends, like one of the moms was like to me, that was so sweet of your cousin to take, to be at this birthday when she has no kids and then take your daughter home. And I was like, yeah. I'm just so spoiled by it that I'm like, I guess I'm just kidding. I truly appreciate the hell out of it. So, but yeah, you guys, I don't know.
You guys, I don't know why Roxanne's pissing me off because I keep telling her I want to talk Traitors and she like keeps like denying it. And I just want you guys to know I want to talk about it.
Well, can we save it for when I leave though?
Sure. But then at that point, it's like done.
Chanel, there's literally 9 more episodes left.
Because you guys, I just want everyone to know, this is the one thing I want everyone to know is that Chrishell needs to get murdered by me and I need to go into that castle and get her out of there. She is by far the worst player.
It's crazy that you feel so passionate about this because I don't feel like anyone on social media is talking about Chrishell.
How she betrayed her friend. She betrayed her friend off of like a look. It was the dumbest thing in the world. And then like she swing other people on the next one and she wouldn't vote Bob. And because she's like up his ass or something, it's weird. She's playing the worst game. The worst game.
Bob is so iconic. I love him on the show. I'll be so sad if he goes.
He's definitely gonna go.
Oh, he absolutely is. Derek has totally have him clocked. Like he knows that he is it. And then Wes is so embarrassing. He thought that he was really gonna be at the end. But when you are a game player, there's no way you're gonna last like that.
And you're also like you're dealing with people who don't like to be threatened. Don't threaten people. Like that was the dumbest thing you've done.
So stupid.
Especially like a Sierra. Sierra's like, you threatened me, bye. And so, but it's like, but that's why the
Playing
season's
with emotion.
yeah, that's why the season's pissing me off is because they are doing that. And it's like, let's look at the facts. Let's look at what's happening.
Right. No, 100%. I mean, I think we should wait to talk about it.
Okay.
But I think that's all we have for today. We have to get our working day started I start work in 10 minutes. So, and I know that Chantel is going to be late to work today. So there's that. But
yeah, well, not really. I'll probably be there like in
oh yeah, you like live right next to your job. So
Mhm.
never mind. But you have to like get up and all that stuff. So, or you're going to go back to sleep because I had woken you up.
Oh no, I have to. Do you want me to get fired?
I know with all the trips and this, and then you're like gonna be, aren't you? Well, you're taking a weekend trip at the end of the month too.
We'll
So
see.
yeah, I know I would just want to be at home at this point.
I know my house is a mess, you guys. So like today is like that's the goal. Is like I'm coming home and I'm locking myself in, and I just have to clean and like put away my clothes from all the trips and like just like clean.
Yeah, I have to make a Target trip because Charlie got a lot of great gifts, but there was like a lot of gifts that were not to, the gifts that the crafts like that make the Play-Dohs, the beads, that. And I'm like, I can't with those ones.
Oh yeah, so like and like how many can one person have? So like let's
It's too much. It's too
yeah,
much.
let's
Yesterday they
go.
only wanted the toys. There's powder all over the carpet. I'm like, I can't. Before these damn kids are gonna kill me. I love them though, but yeah. All right. Well, we love you guys. We hope you guys have an amazing week. We'll talk soon. Bye guys.
Bye guys.